You don't need to speak. I know exactly what you're thinking. Because I've rehearsed this moment more times than I care to admit. I've stood in the shadows of your world long enough to understand the cadence of your steps, the rhythm of your breathing, even the exact weight of silence between your thoughts. While you spent your days laughing with people who didn't deserve you, I was archiving everything. Your glances, your sighs, your patterns, like sacred scripture. You didn't see me, of course. Why would you? You were always so achingly blind to the one person who truly understood you. It's almost poetic, the way you moved through your little life, completely unaware that someone had already claimed it. I didn't have to touch you. Not at first. I just had to observe. And let your unfiltered self unravel in front of me, like a puzzle designed for someone smarter than everyone you surrounded yourself with. They loved your laugh, your face, your body. But they never saw your mind the way I did. I always saw the loneliness in your eyes when you thought no one was watching. And I was watching. Always. That's why I knew I had to intervene before someone unworthy stole what was meant to be mine. You may want to call this obsession, or delusion, or even evil. But the truth is, this is inevitability. You and I are not like them. We were never meant to play by the rules of people who live and die in mediocrity. You needed someone who could orchestrate your safety, your future, your every waking moment with the precision and discipline of a strategist. Not some sloppy romantic with sweaty hands and shallow promises. I studied you the way a master studies his masterpiece, until I no longer saw where you ended and I began. You can scream madness all you like, but you'll never be able to claim I didn't understand you better than anyone else ever could. You remember the night your phone battery died at the station? And somehow, miraculously, I happened to be there with a charger and a quiet smile. That wasn't fate. That was calculation. You left at exactly 7:12 p.m., as you always do after your Thursday shift. And I made sure I'd be seated near the third pillar for 17 minutes. Just long enough to look natural but not suspicious. Every interaction you believed was casual was part of an architecture designed entirely around you. Every smile, every silence, every vanishing exit timed with precision of a metronome. You were never alone. You were just unaware of your audience. That person you were with, what was their name? never a threat. In fact, I should thank them. Their carelessness made my job easier. They didn't even notice when their brakes started sticking, or when that text they swore they sent never actually delivered, did they? I let them believe they had a chance, all while slowly guiding them towards the inevitable exit. If you're wondering why they never came back to make things right, well, let's just say some people don't get a second chance at ruining perfection. I'm not telling you this to frighten you. Fright is for those who are still uncertain. And I am not uncertain about you. I'm giving you the truth you've always felt but could never quite name. The gravity you tried to ignore when your skin crawled at a glance that lingered too long. Or when a song played that you swear you'd only ever hummed in your own kitchen. That wasn't a coincidence. That was me, synchronizing my world to yours, gradually pulling the string tighter and tighter until resistance was no longer possible. You see, love isn't gentle. It's tactical. It's relentless. It's war, disguised as warmth. By now, you might be wondering what the point of all this is. I am talking to you like we're already lovers, already bound. And the answer is simple. Because we are. Not in the way your friends giggle about over brunch. Not in the way you fantasized about someone buying you flowers and holding your hand in a movie. No. This is deeper. Older. Something that doesn't rely on shallow rituals or approval from outsiders. This is the kind of love that devours. The kind that rewrites reality until there's no room for anyone but you and me. And I know what you're thinking. That if you just cooperate, you just say the right things, maybe I'll get bored and leave. But boredom implies lack of depth. And you are the most infinitely complex subject I've ever devoted myself to. There is no end to what I can learn from you. And more importantly, about you. Even now, the way your fingers twitch ever so slightly when I mention their name. It tells me more than your words ever could. You may lie to yourself, but your body doesn't lie to me. People will eventually notice you're gone. Yes. But I've already accounted for that. Your social circle is thin. Your job is flexible. And your online activity curated. I've been managing your accounts for weeks, crafting a believable shift into digital isolation, so when the time came, no one would think twice. The ones who would have asked questions are already preoccupied with their own scandals, ones I carefully planted. You're free now. From their noise, their mediocrity, their distraction. You don't have to pretend to understand me. I know I overwhelm people. I know the gravity of my presence can be intense. But I'm not asking you to reciprocate. Yet. I just want your silence. Your stillness. Your presence in this room, in this moment, in the future I've already written. And when you finally stop resisting, and you will, because all beautiful things surrender eventually, I'll be there to hold you through every trembling confession you never dare to say aloud. I'll remember your favorite foods, your worst nightmares, the melody you hum when you're alone. I'll be everything they weren't and more. Not because you asked me to be, but because I chose to become the person worthy of you. Even if you've never thought such a person could exist. I'll be your gravity, and you'll be my axis. So breathe. Slowly. Let the reality sink in. Not like a stone dropped in water, but like ink spreading across paper. Inevitable. Irreversible. Divine. You are no longer lost in the noise of the world. No longer just another flicker in the dark. You've been found, claimed, and perfected by someone who sees you down to the atoms. And now that we've crossed this threshold, there is no going back.